The untold story of Solomon Northup, the man who defied slavery. In the quiet town of Saratoga Springs, New York, in 1841, Solomon Northup lived a simple yet prosperous life. A free black man, he was a skilled violinist and carpenter, a devoted husband to his wife Anne, and a father to 3 children. His life was a testament to the promise of freedom in a country still deeply entrenched in the brutal institution of slavery. But in the blink of an eye, that life was shattered, plunging Solomon into a nightmarish existence that he never could have imagined: the deception. One spring morning, 2 strangers approached Northup with an offer that seemed too good to be true. They claimed to be entertainers, looking for a violinist to perform with them in Washington, D.C. The pay was substantial, the journey exciting. With a sense of adventure and the promise of a better income for his family, Solomon agreed. But Washington, D.C. held a dark secret. Despite being the nation's capital, it was a dangerous place for free black men who could easily fall prey to kidnappers. One evening, after a performance, Solomon was drugged, shackled, and thrown into the world of human bondage. His papers, proving his free status, were stolen, and in an instant, his identity was erased. "My name is Platt." Solomon woke up in a windowless cell, confused, terrified, and far from home. His captors beat him into submission, forcing him to deny his very existence. His new name, they said, was Platt, a slave from Georgia. Stripped of his freedom and dignity, he was shipped to Louisiana, where he was sold into slavery. For the next 12 years, Northup toiled under the searing sun of Louisiana's plantations. His first master, William Ford, was a relatively kind man who recognized Solomon's intelligence and skill. But Ford's kindness could not protect him from the cruelty of the system. Solomon was sold to a ruthless, sadistic overseer named Edwin Epps, a man who believed that brutality was the only way to manage his slaves. Surviving Epps' plantation. Life on Epps's plantation was a daily fight for survival. Solomon endured back-breaking labor in the cotton fields, constant hunger, and the ever-present threat of a whip across his back. Yet, through it all, he clung to his sense of identity and a belief that one day he would be free again. The darkest moments came not only from physical suffering, but from witnessing the relentless cruelty inflicted on others. One of the most heartbreaking was the abuse of Patsy, a young woman who was the target of Epps's violent obsession. Day after day, she was beaten and degraded. Yet Solomon found ways to show her compassion, knowing full well that offering comfort in such a hellish place was itself an act of rebellion. The struggle for freedom. As the years passed, Solomon never gave up hope. He secretly wrote letters to friends in the North, pleading for help, though sending them was nearly impossible. His chance came when he befriended a Canadian carpenter named Samuel Bass, a man opposed to slavery. Solomon confided in Bass, revealing his true identity. Moved by Solomon's plight, Bass risked his life to get word to New York. Through a series of miraculous events, Solomon's friends and family were able to track him down. In 1853, after 12 years of unimaginable suffering, Solomon Northup was finally freed. His legal battle to reclaim his identity and freedom was one of the most remarkable in American history. It was rare for a kidnapped free black man to successfully regain his freedom, but Solomon's unbreakable will and the support of his allies made it possible. 12 years a slave. Upon his return, Northup penned his memoir, 12 Years a Slave, which quickly became a bestseller. His vivid, heartbreaking account of the horrors of slavery offered a rare glimpse into the life of an enslaved person, fueling the growing abolitionist movement. Northup became an outspoken advocate for abolition traveling across the country to share his story and campaign against the institution that had nearly destroyed him. The legacy of Solomon Northup. Though his story faded into obscurity after his death, Solomon Northup's legacy was reignited when his memoir was rediscovered in the 20th century. His tale of resilience and the indomitable human spirit continues to inspire readers and activists alike. Solomon Northup's journey from freedom to bondage and back again is not just a story of survival. It's a story of defiance, hope, and the power of the human spirit to fight against unimaginable oppression. His life serves as a reminder of the countless other voices, many of whom never had the chance to tell their stories, that remain at the heart of America's painful history with slavery. Northup's story, in its raw emotion and stark reality, stands as a testament to the idea that even in the darkest moments, there is always a glimmer of hope. And that hope, fueled by the belief in one's own worth and the quest for justice, can carry a person through the most unimaginable trial.